Okay, now we've got the pocket roughed. Next, let's do the holes. So let's go to Operations, select Hole for Milling, and of course select the holes either from the geometry, and then hit a check mark, and then click on the Roughing tab, and then select a tool first, and it doesn't find a tool, so we don't want to add a new tool. But over here you'll see that there's filters selected. Uncheck filters, and those holes are 1/4 inch diameter. So what you have to make sure, of course, is that your tool is a center cutting tool. So if we just select the 1/4 inch spiral upcut, as long as that's a center cutting tool, then we're going to be fine, and of course that is tool number 8. So we can go ahead and select that. Let's see, let's go back through these tabs, make sure everything is set up okay. Again, from the tool store it's saying our clearance plane is 1/4 inch, that's fine. Again, you can optimize the path. Never return to start, but closest next hole is probably, if you're doing a pattern of holes, that's probably the best way to do it. Preparation, anything for that? No. Roughing, finishing, no. I think we're good. Okay, so we'll go ahead and say okay. Again, we get that feed rate error, just say okay. And again, if we would simulate the machining, we see the bit come in, make its passes. Keep in mind you'd have to do a tool change there. So if you notice, and that's one of the, I did this with 2 different size bits initially, just to show you that you can make some edits. It's probably going to take longer to do a tool change than it would be to just cut that pocket with that same part. So that's probably what I would do. If we click on sequences, you know, this is going to take under a minute to do all of that. So let's go back to that roughing operation, select edit. We don't want to reselect the geometry, so we'll just say okay. All we want to do is change the tool. So let's click find, uncheck filters, and make sure you pick tool 8 again, that spiral upcut bit. Okay, of course, as soon as you do that, you'll notice that it just spirals and has to travel a couple more paths, but really no problem. Go ahead and press play. I did the rapid result that time, and it really isn't going to take that much longer. Okay, the last thing to do then, last operation, is a profiling operation. So the profile we want is that inside boss. Now it will make a slight difference whether you follow the inside or the outside. Let's go ahead and follow the boss. And then that's the only one we want to do. Again, let edge cam select the boundaries. Pick optimized again if it's not. Tooling, and this is why we want to do this as a boss and not a pocket. If I was going to do this as a pocket, I would need to use a bit smaller than an 1/8 inch. The bit has to fit inside the pocket. So this is why we want to do this as a boss, as a profile. So we'll select that 1/8 inch straight bit. Let's see. Tooling. Okay, depth of cut. I think that's 3/8 deep. So yeah, we are going to want to, again, the rule of thumb is to not take any depth. You want to take a depth that's half the diameter of the bit. So if you wanted to, we could go up to 0.0625 for the cut increment. That would be okay. But 0.05 is okay too. It just might take another pass. Clearance plane, that's fine. So we'll go ahead and say okay. And now when I go to simulate machining, of course there's my 3 passes for that one. And it's going 3 times around, and it's done. Okay, so that looks good, and we got no errors. Okay, so the next thing to do would be to generate the NC code.